Hello and welcome to Just a Fling. We are on location today in the gorgeous house of the fabulous Mr. Lee Berry, who has had us out because he's an expert on a topic that is actually fairly near and dear to me. This is, I don't know if it's actually classified as an official disease yet, or if it's maybe just a condition that people need to be more aware of. Yeah. But he's an expert on this, so we're going to chat about it for a little while. It is Christmas PTSD, correct?
Yep.
What can you tell us about Christmas PTSD?
You know, PTSD in general just means that it's post-traumatic stress disorder. It means you had some experience that made you feel very bad. It was bad enough to kick in all the adrenaline stuff in your brain. It could have been quick, it could have been long. Usually your life was threatened, but not always. And then at some later time, things from that original event trigger memories and feelings from that original trauma. And so usually it revolves around people who were shot, or people who were in the war, people who were in car accidents, things like that. It's usually things that happen suddenly. And so holiday PTSD, which I don't think it's a accepted thing yet. Although I've never looked it up on Wikipedia. Maybe it is.
Maybe. Well, they probably need a celebrity to go on TV and make people aware.
Could be. I find, it's a problem that I have, and it has become a serious problem for me because I've had a number of Christmases, one in particular, where I was very depressed. I suffer from depression, and the whole Christmas season was kind of swallowed up by that for me. So everything that has to do with Christmas, the lights, the music, the smell of the Christmas tree, all that stuff was part of that original trauma. And now I find that when that stuff, especially when it first starts to come up in the holiday season, which is like right now, it's actually earlier than now, but this is the day after Thanksgiving, and that's when that really hits. I start to just feel miserable. I start to feel depressed. And it's, if you think about it, it's really, it's insidious. It's also kind of funny in a way. It's as if if you were a Vietnam vet, say, and it was the jungle and that whole thing that had given you the original trauma, and now all your neighbors start to speak Vietnamese, and they put palm trees in their front yards, and they play Vietnamese music all the time, and everybody's in on it. And that's it's like at Christmas time. Everybody's in on my trauma. They're all contributing.
And they seem to think that the best way to help you through this trauma is to do it more. But if you just have this one gingerbread cookie, that'll fix everything, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and actually, people who don't have any PTSD type problems with it have that problem with Christmas already. That's what makes it hard. You're supposed to be happy. That right there is enough to ruin your day. Right?
Yes.
You're supposed to be happy. This food is supposed to help. This music is supposed to help. And it doesn't help that a lot of those things, at their heart, are kind of sad things anyways. If you listen to Christmas music, it's all in minor keys. It's all at really slow tempos, the kind of dirges.
Yeah, they seem to think making them slower makes them better.
Yeah. After the first time that I was really seriously depressed, which lasted a year or so, and then in the following year, I was going back to see my psychiatrist just for, a checkup visit. And I felt fine, and I was thinking about the fact that I was going to be telling my doctor that I feel fine. And by the time I got to my doctor's office, I felt terrible. I'd lost all that ground, sort of. And she helped me figure out that approaching the place where her office was, which was a hospital, and coming into her office, these were places I'd been many times when I was depressed and hadn't been since, pretty much, you know. And
Yeah.
so just going back to see the doctor made me sick. At any rate.
So have you developed any coping mechanisms to try to deal with it? Like you said, Lori bought a fake tree. So
Yeah.
hopefully to eliminate some of the smell. Are there any things that you can do to, I don't know, shut yourself in a room and play 4th of July songs or something
Actually,
like that to get away from Christmas?
I don't have good strategies. I'm just starting to develop them, I guess. I mean, Lori is nice enough to sort of leave one room in the house decoration free. That helps a little. But, you know, if you watch television, you're going to get it in every commercial, and it's pretty prevalent. It's hard to get away from it. So just getting away from the stimulus is pretty hard to do.
Yeah.
This morning, I was actually feeling kind of low, and I just got it set up so that I can play music, really loud music, in my shop as I'm working. So I've been working for the last hour out there, playing stuff from Spotify, and I'm feeling much better. So
Good.
I think that is going to be a strategy, you know. But it has to be something positive. It's like once I'm there, you know, just turning off all the stimulus doesn't really do it. I'm still stuck.
Right. You need something to pull it out.
Yeah.
I will mention that I'm not a big Christmas fan either. It's been miserable for me for quite some time. Perhaps not to the same extent, but it is a time of year when I tend to find myself getting depressed and lethargic and all these sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it is because you feel like you're supposed to be happy and you're supposed to be participating in all of this stuff and you're supposed to love your friends and love your family and blah, blah, which are things that I try to do all year round, so why is this time of year any different?
Right.
But I have sort of adopted the soundtrack to The Nightmare Before Christmas as Christmas music,
Okay.
because it kind of sort of is, but it's in more interesting minor keys. It's written by Danny Elfman, with whom I have non-Christmas associations as well,
Okay.
but it can still feel holiday and festive. Or
I have to try that.
the song The Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues.
I'm familiar with that.
It has some really nasty language in it.
Oh, good.
Which is kind of fun in a Christmas song. Like it starts out in the drunk tank on Christmas Eve, so it's somewhere to go. It's
Okay.
Christmassy, but it's the cynical Christmassy, which I've sort of embraced, because if I have to go along with it, like I'm not quite a Grinch, and I'm not quite a Scrooge, but I'm not the woohoo Christmas person either.
Right. That's the thing, and I think maybe you're the same in this too. Is that I love giving gifts to my kids and my family and stuff. That part of it, I'm not crazy about all the commercial stuff of getting them.
Like you don't love them if you don't buy them a car, kind of a thing.
Yeah, sort of. Right. Yeah, you have to equate how much you love them with a dollar amount every year. But that part of it I can get into. So that's one, at least there's one piece of it I can sort of relate to, and I usually look forward to opening presents with my kids and stuff on Christmas morning. So I still got that.
That's good. Well, today I believe we're going to do something which might help a little bit. So tell us what we're going to fling today.
Well, I got a little transistor radio, which we can tune to the local station that plays 24-hour Christmas music.
They start that like the day after Halloween or something.
Yeah,
they
it's
start
really
ridiculously
early.
Fling the Mariah Carey. Yes! First fling went 11 steps, second fling went 14 steps. Woohoo! I want to give a special thank you to Lee Berry, not only for letting us use his house, but for sharing all of the stuff about holiday-induced PTSD. That was really great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So
Thanks.
join us again on Just a Fling when we can dispel some more holiday myths for you. Or something.
Yeah, right. We can ruin some more holidays for you.
Yay, ruining holidays! See you next time. If you have comments, leave them in the doobly-doo.